shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real web is being real with self. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real web is being real with self. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money. Like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's beautiful. You know, like money so much, why you get up a little more? You're not doing your own things and everything. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. That's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. H Cortez.
Good morning, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, a privilege, and I do really, guys, count it a blessing to be able to present to you guys each and every morning. Because my aim is to raise the collective financial IQ of our entire community. So that's why I do this each and every morning, guys. And I thank you so much. You guys don't know how much it means to me when I wake up and I start the show, I start the stream, and I see some of the same beautiful faces every morning. And it is my hope that you guys are applying what I'm talking about. It's my hope. What's up, Big Kev? It is my hope that you guys are applying what I'm saying. Don't just tune in every morning, man, just to listen. Apply this stuff, man. Try this stuff. Get it working in your life. You know that the method that we subscribe to here is learn, do, teach. Right? So as you're learning it from me, start doing it. And when you get the results, start teaching it almost simultaneously. And that helps you really get it. So this morning, we're talking about 'tis the season to invest, right? We're about to spend a lot of money, guys. But I don't want you to just spend money this holiday season. I want you to make sure that you invest some of it too. So if you're checking us out on YouTube, do me a huge favor, grab the link, share it on your favorite social media site. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then hit the subscribe button so that you can get notifications as I pump out new content on a weekly basis. If you're checking us out on Facebook, do me a favor, go ahead and share the stream, guys. This show right here is going to wake a lot of people up because I'm going to drop some stats on you about investing that you probably wasn't aware of. I'm going to drop some prices on some things that you can invest in that you probably were not aware of. And while you're in this jovial spirit of spending money, why don't you take a chance and invest in some stocks? So share the stream on your wall. If you know people who are specifically looking at how to invest, then invite them specifically, because when you hit the share button, it asks you if you want to invite somebody. You can actually invite your family and your friends who you know are interested in investing, and they will get a notification that we're live. And even if they can't watch live, then they can go back and watch it later. And then also too, guys, I don't know if you guys were on the stream yesterday or earlier this week. I made the announcement. I have started uploading the shows to Blog Talk Radio, and I'm toying with the idea of doing them live via Blog Talk Radio. But the reason I'm uploading them over there is so that you guys can actually download the episodes that mean the most to you, that you want to replay over and over. You can actually download them and then take them with you as an MP3 file. So that's why I'm doing that. And I did go ahead and subscribe to have the podcast listed in the iTunes directory for those of you who have iPhones and things of that nature. So guys, basically, let's go ahead and start the show, man. If you tuned into this show on accident and you stumbled across this show and you don't know what you're in for, let me tell you exactly who this show is for. This show is for my risers and grinders this morning. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something this morning, this is your show. This show is for my legacy builders. If you are like me, you went to bed last night and you were thinking exactly this. You were thinking this: what can I do tomorrow? What can I do next week? What can I do next year, next 5 years, next 10 years to ensure that your great, great, great grandchildren will be proud to bear your name? This is your show. If you understand the one thing that we need to do to build multi-generational wealth and leave legacies for our children is sacrifice, and you're willing to make some tough sacrifices to do that for your descendants, this is your show. If you're the type of person who's got the discipline to build wealth, you got the desire to build wealth, but maybe you lack a game plan, maybe you don't have a strategy, maybe you need a coach, mentor, maybe you need a team of people around you, maybe you need to switch your association altogether. Well, guess what? This is your show, because that's what we do. We provide an environment that's going to uplift, encourage, and motivate you to do and aspire and reach the goals that you have for yourself. I'm going to provide coaching, mentorship, tips, strategies on how to get your finances to another level. So this is your show, my friend. Now, on the other hand, who is this show not for? This show is not for that pessimistic person. This show is not for the person who has a problem with me just saying the word money 10 times in the last 12 seconds. This ain't your show. This ain't your show if you are sitting back waiting on Donald Trump to fix the economy instead of focusing on your economy. Right? This ain't your show, man. This ain't your show if you're the type of person that's sitting back waiting on a handout. The people who watch this show understand the power of their own 2 feet. Get up and go get it, right? So if that's you, this is not your show, right? If you are one of those people who got that weird relationship with money and you think money is evil, capitalism is a dirty word, wealthy people are jerks, this ain't your show, man. Because what happens when you watch this show, people tend to start attracting money, start attracting success, start attracting prosperity, start getting rid of poverty mindset. And if you have a problem with those things, then this ain't your show. Because when you have that weird relationship with money, what you have to understand is we have a conscious mind and we also have a subconscious mind. If deep down inside you think wealthy people are jerks, your subconscious mind will never allow you to be wealthy, because why would it allow you to become something that you despise? So if that's you, this is not your show. You can tune out and we're okay with that. But let's be clear about something. I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy, right? That's your prerogative. Some people have made it to and achieved all the goals they want to achieve in life. So now they're just coasting through life, and that's cool if that's you. I only have a problem with you having a problem with me wanting to be wealthy, because that's the part I don't understand. Why does my aspirations to be wealthy bother you? Right. So, and like I tell you each and every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, and that's billion with a B, I want you to take a screenshot, because you're looking at one right now, and then watch me work. Hold me to it over the next 5 to 10 years. And I don't care if you sit on the sidelines and cheer for me or cheer against me. What I would strongly advise you to do, though, is to get in the game with me, because there's not a single billionaire on this planet that's gotten to a billionaire status without creating other billionaires, mega millionaires, decamillionaires, and millionaires in their wake. Think about what Bill Gates has done. Think about how many billionaires Zuckerberg has created. Think about how many mega millionaires Oprah has created. Dr. Phil came out of Oprah stock. Iyanla Vanzant grew her game to fame out of Oprah stock. Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad blew up after his appearance on Oprah. So let's be clear. You can get in the game and maybe ride this wave. Like they said, if you're in the ocean, then a rising tide lifts all ships. But if you're on the beach, then the rising tide does nothing for you. So that's your prerogative. That's your choice. I also want to give a disclaimer this morning, because we're going to be talking about investments. And guys, I'm not a certified CPA. I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not licensed to give any advice. So this is not advice. This is just information based on research that I've done myself, strategies, tips, and things that I apply in my life. So if you hear anything that I say that sounds good to you, that you want to try, make sure you run it by your certified financial professional. And as always, today's show is sponsored by All Amateur Sports Network. If you have not had a chance to go over to All Amateur Sports Network and on Facebook and like the page, please do me that favor. Our company has, all right, Big Kev, I appreciate that, famo. If you are have not already liked the page, All Amateur Sports Network on Facebook, you can like the page. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram, AA Sports Network, both Instagram and Twitter, and the YouTube channel is All Amateur Sports Network. I'm building this network to highlight and cover amateur sports in the area. We have kids doing great and tremendous things in the world of sports on and off the field, and they're not getting the recognition that they would need and could use to keep them motivated, to keep them grinding towards what they're doing and how they should be doing it. So that's one thing that our company does. And we actually are covering one of the largest basketball tournaments in the area, the Normandy Holiday Invitational, or most people know it as the Normandy Christmas Tournament, this year as the exclusive digital media partner. So I'm also looking for people who want to sponsor that. So if you're a business owner in the St. Louis area and you want to sponsor some of these games, if you are a business owner that sells a product online or digital products and you can ship products and you want to sponsor and reach out to a community that's interested in youth sports and things of that nature, then you can certainly reach out to me, info@allamateursportsnetwork.com, and we can talk about the different sponsorship packages for this event. Now, let's get on to it, guys. 'Tis the season to invest. Here's what I was thinking about as this topic started coming to mind. I started fleshing it out and I started doing a little research because I wanted to bring you guys some numbers and stuff. I didn't just want to talk about from the top of my head. I wanted to bring you some actual numbers so you can see what you could be doing, and in my opinion, what you should be doing with at least some of your money this holiday season. Oh, the Hulk juice is good this morning, man. Before I started the broadcast, I was sharing with some of the Facebookers that when I'm making those green smoothies, a lot of times I have a base formula, but a lot of times I'm just throwing stuff in there because I'm just trying to stay healthy, guys. I know for a fact, I'm 40 years old. I got another 80 years in me. I don't know about y'all. And I'm just trying to make sure that those 80 years are still with functioning limbs and working organs and all of that stuff. I don't want 80 years and you know, the last 20 be on life support, right? I want 80 healthy, positive, productive years. So I'm making sure that I make the investment into my flesh. Like we're going to talk about investing into your money, investing your money to make that thing grow and make that money be around for 80 generations, right? That's what we're talking about this morning. So, but I was sharing with them, I never know how those things taste, but guess what? I don't care how they taste. You know what? Because that was a time that I used to drink strong alcohol. Now, what is it, 2016? So 15 years clean and sober. 15 years clean and sober. That was a time I used to drink strong alcohol. But when I drank strong alcohol, I never once drank strong alcohol for the taste. I don't care what they say about the Crown Royals and the different cognacs and all of the smooth and all of that stuff. I never once drank any of that stuff for the taste. It was always for the effect. So when I make my green smoothies, I'm not drinking it for the taste. I'm drinking it for the effect. That's just my disclaimer for the green smoothie, my green smoothie. I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys. Because some of you guys don't invest in your health because you're saying what you don't like. I don't like the way that tastes. Sometimes it ain't about the taste. It's get the effect, the benefits. I never liked the way beer tastes. But if I wanted to get buzzed, then I would down me a 2x4, which is a 24-ounce can. We call that a 2x4 where I'm from. Or if I wanted to really, really get blooped up, as we would say, then I didn't care, you know, whether it was cognac, whiskey, scotch, vodka, none of that stuff. All that stuff tastes like poison because that's what it is. But I wanted the effect, so I didn't care about the taste. Sometimes you have to make yourself a green smoothie, and it may not taste the best, but if you want the effect of the chlorophyll running through your body and cleansing you and giving you vitamins and minerals that you wouldn't ordinarily access through the junk food that they're creating for us, then you have to deal with the effect. Now, sorry, I digress, but we're talking about investments this morning. So here's some of the things that I wrote down. Number one, when you're talking about banking, then you should have 3 accounts. You should have 3 accounts. You should have your savings account, You should have your checking account, and you should have a brokerage account. A brokerage account, because that's what allows you to enter the markets and start investing. Now, when I say invest, I'm talking about investing in the markets. Now, you guys know that we've had guests on this show, and we talk about a lot of different things, from real estate investing, investing in precious metals, collectibles, traditional businesses. That's what I love, to build traditional businesses, because I believe that, and for a working class person, the best thing is to actually build wealth versus buying wealth. But when you invest and you put your money in the stock market, you're buying wealth. So I have both platforms working for me at the same time. I'm consciously building wealth through my various businesses, but I'm also buying wealth, meaning I'm taking money and investing in companies that already exist, so I can get a return on that investment and putting the money to work for me. And guess what? The one thing you have to know about putting money to work for you, right? They say money is an excellent slave, but it's a horrible master. What does that mean? It's an excellent slave. That means if you put it to work for you, money don't take no days off. Money don't call in sick. Money works 24/7. Money, all money knows how to do is make more money, right? When you do the right things with it. But it's a horrible master, meaning if you have money over you, in particular, if you're drowning in debt, that is money being a master over you. It's a horrible, horrible master. So that's why our Financial Success Membership focuses on getting you out of debt, so you can get out of under the pressure of being a slave to debt, and then you can start putting your money to work for you. Now you become the master of your money, and I'm telling you, when you start putting money to work for you, it just works. That's all it does, is work. Work, 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 work. So you want to definitely get money working for you. So if you don't have a checking account, savings account, and a brokerage account, then you can at least do that today. How many of you guys will make a commitment today, before close of business today, that you're going to start a brokerage account? Give me a thumbs up if you don't have a brokerage account and you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to start a brokerage account today. Doesn't cost you any money, right? Just get that thing opened, right? Because what you do is you open the account, and then you have to later fund the account, and you can link it to your bank account, and then you can have funds transferred to and from between both accounts, right? So you have a brokerage account, and then you have your regular banking and saving, checking and savings account, and whatever other accounts you have. So I didn't see any thumbs up, guys. Do I get a thumbs up if you do not have a brokerage account, that you will at least open a brokerage account today? No thumbs up? Nobody's? Okay, I got a couple thumbs up. Good, 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 good. At least 2 thumbs. Okay, so if you don't have a brokerage account, then you can go open one, right? And I will give you, I'm with optionsexpress.com. Optionsexpress.com. That's an easy one, and I was actually looking at some stocks for a black media company. But optionsexpress.com, you can set everything up online, right? Optionsexpress.com, right? And then just set that thing up, and then you take you 20, 50, 100, whatever kind of money you got, you go see that account, because you can't buy any stocks unless you buy it through a brokerage account. You can't buy it through a regular bank account. You can't buy it through cash. You have to buy it through a brokerage account. So now that you have your brokerage account, now you link it to your bank account, and you might say, you know what, I'm gonna have $10 every paycheck go from my regular account to my brokerage account. And then when it gets to a certain amount of money, I'm gonna have it automatically set so that it will automatically buy a particular stock. And we're going to talk about some stocks that we should be, because this is the season, guys. And the reason this is important right now, this time of the season, here's the other thing that I thought about. So number one is, if you don't have a brokerage account, go ahead and set that up. But I want you to trip off this, because as I was doing my research for the show this morning, I said, you know what? This time of year is the only time of year where we really don't give a damn about who we spending our money with or where we're spending it, as long as we can get that gift for our loved one, right? I want y'all to think about that. We don't give 2 flips of a rat's behind where we're spending our money with, who we're spending it with, as long as we're getting the gifts for our loved ones. Any other time of the year, you talk about going to some suspect website to order something. You like, I ain't put my credit card up there, right? But Christmas time, and you got that one gift, and it's the only place you can get it, and you know it's a website that's from India. You're like, man, they from India, but shoot, I'm getting my baby this toy, and you go ahead and do it, right? A lot of times the people who got all of these hot products, and when I say hot, I do mean hot, right? Hot products in front of the local convenience store, posted up on the abandoned store and all of that stuff. And we drive by and they got a van load and they got the umbrellas up and they tents up, and you go in and they got all of these hot products, right? And I mean in both senses of the word. They're hot, meaning they're hot right now. These are products everybody's looking for, and the mugs are hot to the touch too, meaning they're probably ill-gotten. I'm not gonna say stolen, but maybe they're ill-gotten, right? And we go and we spend money with these folks, and we don't care. Any other time of the year, we're talking about, man, I need to make sure I'm going to get a return. I got a return policy. I got a warranty. I need to at least be able to take this thing back and exchange it for something. You know you ain't exchanging nothing. You buy out no tent. But this time of year, we can care less. So while we are being careless with our money, I think it's the perfect time for you to spend a little bit of that change on some investments. Right? Buy you a couple stocks while you're being careless with your money, right? And I know if I had this conversation in June, you'll talk about all the research that you got to do before you even open a brokerage account that don't cost you nothing. And then as I recommend some stocks for you, or recommend some things that I'm doing so that you can make some decisions on your own, then you'll be saying, well, I got to do all this research on the company that I'm going to buy stock in. Stop it. You ain't researching JoJo's electronics store that is outside of the grocery store on the parking lot, and he's got electronics, he's got apparel, and he's got a barbecue pit going. But you're gonna run right up there and buy some Beats by Dre, and you don't care because you're trying to get something for your baby. So while we're being careless with our money, let's do some things that actually can cause us to be a little careful. I got about 10 or 12 stocks down here. So how long would it take you to see the benefits? So well, this particular show is not about seeing the benefits, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute, Sharita. So just hang tight. This particular show isn't about seeing the benefits, but it's all about the investments that you make. And I'm gonna talk about some things that you should be investing in. Bridget, it's without a S on that website address. Oh, okay. Thanks for that, guys. Yeah, Options Express. Is it Options with an S or is it Option Express? I can't remember. I jotted it down really quick. I wrote it down with an S, but I guess I should have double checked it. But thank you for checking that for me, Ray J. But yeah, open a brokerage account. Don't cost you anything. And I'm going to recommend I keep saying recommend. I can't do that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to talk about some stocks that you should look at, especially this time of year, right? So let's get into it. So we've already discussed that you're being careless with your money. As long as you get those presents for your kids, your loved one, your boo, your bae, you know, you pretty much don't care. I mean, come on, we know that you guys are going to go into Shahid's gas station, and this year he's got diamonds for sale. He ain't never sold diamonds in his life, but this year he got diamonds at the gas station, and you ain't getting nothing for your bae, so you're gonna go buy some diamond rings or diamond earrings for your bae. And you know good and doggone well, any other time of the year, you be talking about, let me see that diamond certification, right? So while we're being careless with our money, let's do some things that can actually benefit us, right? So we're talking about stocks. What kind of stocks? I wrote, let me see how many companies do I have now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10 different companies right here, and it's gonna blow you away the amount of money that you can spend to get the share of stock for these companies. Now, so Sharita, what I was saying is, This, for me, is not about the reward or the benefit. It's more for me. I want you guys to do this more, not for the benefits, not to get rich, because you're not going to get rich buying a single share of stock. You're not going to get rich. But what you will do, though, is you walk into your living room, and as your children and your loved ones are opening presents for the year, and you got them a share of stock, now it starts the conversation. See, at some point, you got to start the conversation about money somewhere. At some point, you got to start the conversation about ownership somewhere. At some point, if you're going to build generational wealth for you and your family, this is a great way to do that, even if you got little babies. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. In our family, we do Secret Santa. So we pull names, and I pulled my little niece's name. She's about 6 years old. I pulled my little niece's name. She's about 6 years old. And I have her name. And of course, I know without a shadow of a doubt, she's going to want a toy. But here's how cool this is. Our limit is $20. Our limit for these presents is $20. Guess what? I can buy her 2 shares of stock and a toy for $20. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. But here's the thing. When everybody else is exchanging gifts for that Secret Santa, I'm going to be able to present to her ownership of a company. Right now, I don't know if she's going to take this and really start to understand it, and it's going to come back to her later when she gets a little older. But here's, I don't know how many of you guys follow Dr. Boyce Watkins, right? Dr. Boyce Watkins' grandma started buying him bonds when he was a baby. And when he got old enough to start asking questions about what is a bond, that was something that stuck with him. Now he's a he has a PhD in finance. So at some point, we have to start the conversation about money. We got to start the conversation about ownership. We got to start the conversations about investments. And what better way to do that than this time of year where everybody's gathered around, the entire family. So you know my little niece is going to run around talking about what she got for Christmas. And she might not even talk about it in a positive light. She might say, I got all of these toys, and then Uncle Cortez give me this piece of paper talking about I own some of this company. I don't care what the conversation, I don't care how the conversation goes, but the conversation is going. At 6 years old, she becomes an owner, and she don't even know what it means. But that's where the conversation begins. You own a piece of this company. So every time you see this commercial on TV, I want you to know that you help produce that commercial because of your ownership. Every time you see people lined up at this company's store and to check out and to buy all of this stuff, I want you to know that you're getting a piece of the profits of this company. We got to start the freaking conversation, y'all. And the reason that I want to do it this time of year, because I'm sick of trying to convince grown folks that they need to be doing certain things in order to build wealth for the next generation. So I'm skipping the grown folks and I'm talking straight to the babies. Skipping the grown folks because it's easier to raise a child than to convert a grown person. So I'm skipping the grown folks and I'm going straight to the babies and saying, hey, here's a share of stock for you. Here's a share of stock for you. Here's a share of stock for you. And you know what? The first question all of them going to ask is, what is a stock? The first question all of them are going to ask is, what is a stock? And that's all I'm trying to do is start the conversation. And hopefully their parents will take them home and talk more about stocks, talk more about ownership. Hopefully the parents will take witness to what I'm doing, and that becomes an example. And then not only for Christmas do they start buying stocks for birthdays and other special occasions. So you guys ready to get into the 10 that I wrote down? All right, so I got 10 that I wrote down. Number 1, Nike, right? How many of you guys think a share of Nike stock will cost you today? Anybody research Nike lately? See, I'm not here to tell you not to go and buy the Jordans that your baby want for Christmas. But what I'm saying is, instead of buying them 2 pair of Jordans, you buy them 1 pair, and then you buy them two share of stock in Nike company. A share of stock in Nike company is trading at about $52. So for $100, you can buy 2 shares of stock. It's $52 as of market close yesterday, Tyrell. $52, you can buy a share of Nike stock. So less than you can buy a pair of Nike shoes, you can own a piece of the company. So I'm not saying don't buy your kid the Jordans. Just don't buy them 2 pair. Buy them 1 pair and then buy them 2 share of stock, and then put the share of stock inside the box when you present him his shoes. Just be careful that he don't tear it up, right? As he's going through the paper and trying to get. So you say, here's your shoes, and then he's gonna say, what's this? Now you own a piece of Nike. What do you mean I own it? So just think about this. Every time you see the new release of the new Nike, the new Jordan, the retro Jordans come out, and you see that line wrapped around Foot Locker, I want you to start jumping for joy, because when you see that, that means your company, the company that you own, is growing. So as you're walking through the mall and you're looking at everybody's feet and you see how many people got Jordans on, I want you to start jumping for joy, because that's a company that you now own. Now it makes sense for that little that young kid to go out and promote the Nike brand. So now if you decide to go from there and you walk out of your house every day being Nike head to toe, you should do that, because now you're advertising a brand that you own. That was the first one that I wrote down. That's one I thought about, because I know a lot of people are going to spend a lot of money with Nike this year. I know a lot of people are going to spend a lot of money with Nike. So in the midst of all of that spending, go ahead and get a couple shares of stock. $52. $52. And who knows whether another Michael Jordan or LeBron or Kobe Bryant is coming through Nike in the next 5-10 years, right? Because if you'd have bought $500 in Nike stock in '84 before Jordan came, you'd be worth over $1 million today. And I'm talking about just $500, never investing another single dime, but having all of your profits reinvested. So they pay dividends. So every time they pay a dividend check, you just set up your account so that automatically gets reinvested. You never take the dividend. You just keep buying more stock with the dividend. If you'd have done that in '84 and what is this, 2016, 94, 2004, 30 years later. So imagine if you'd have done that for one of your kids when they were a baby. Now 30 years later, they're a millionaire, because you bought them some stock for Christmas. You bought them some stock for their birthday. You bought them some stock for graduation. Right? So Nike was the first company. The second company I wrote down is Disney. Disney. I know a lot of parents are going to go and buy these DVD movies, their favorite movies for their children. They're going to go and buy these favorite Disney characters for their children. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying in addition to that, why don't you give them a share of Disney stock? Disney stock is $101. $101 as market closed yesterday. $101. So you give them their Disney toy, their Disney movie, their Disney whatever, and say, oh, by the way, now you own a piece of Disney. So next time we go to Disney World, we're going to our company's theme park. Next time you hear somebody talking about Disney, encourage them to go spend their money at Disney, because you're encouraging them to spend money with your company. See, we got to start talking like that to our children. We got to get this conversation going, man. Now, if everybody was doing this, don't mean that every child is going to grow up and be an investor, but every child will grow up and understand ownership. And that's where it begins. We got to at least understand these concepts before we can even start to apply these concepts. Well, I take that back. We don't even got to understand the concepts to apply them, but at least to start the conversation about investing, about money, about ownership. The other company that I wrote down was Victoria's Secrets. Fellas, ladies, come on. We're going to go spend all of this money at Victoria's Secrets. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying, in addition to, buy your lady some Victoria's Secret stock. So you give her her box of smell goods, her box of lingerie, all of that good stuff. And in that box, you have a couple shares of stock. And say, yes, from now on, you encourage all of your girlfriends to go to Victoria's Secret's, Bath and Body Works, and get all of their smell goods. Why? Because as they're sharing, as they're doing that, they're building our company, because we now own a piece of that company. We now own a piece of that company. And because we own a piece of that company, we start paying attention to everything that they have going on. It's all good, Jennifer. That's what I do this every morning. It's all good. So instead of just spending the money on the retail end, spend the money to get you some ownership. Victoria's Secrets, I wrote that down, $71 for a single share of stock, right? 71, 77, so $72, right? We all do that, especially the fellas. We think every woman wants Victoria's Secrets, right? That may be the case. And then fellas, and here's another thing. I'm strongly a proponent of being equally yoked. So sometimes you can use this as a test. Don't get her the smell goods, just get her the stock and see how she responds to the stock. If she don't understand ownership and you are trying to build wealth, you might be with the wrong person. I'm just saying, right? See, this is how you see with the babies. I get the babies the toy and the stock. The grown folks might just get the stock. And then if you don't understand that I just gave you something more valuable than that smell good product, we probably can't be friends no more. Because I don't hang around people who don't have a wealth mentality. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. So Victoria's Secrets. Other one I wrote down, Sony, right? Makers of the PS4, PlayStation. How much money we gonna spend with Sony this year? How much money we gonna spend at Sony this year? Yeah, you're exactly right. Ray says, I used to tease about places I spent money saying I need to have some stock in this company. Yes, wherever you're spending your money, you should have ownership and or an affiliate account with them. See, because I'm always talking about building wealth and buying wealth. See, I have stock in the company, so that's buying wealth. I'm buying ownership. But I'm also building wealth, meaning I have an affiliate account with everybody that I spend money with. So if you have an affiliate account through these companies, now you spend money through your own affiliate link, and then they pay you a commission for the money that you spent with them. So I got boomerangs on some of my dollars that I spent. Right? Some of the dollars I spend leave my hand and the boomerang come right back. Because I have affiliate accounts with them. And then when my friends and family say, hey man, where did I get that? Do I tell them to go to the mall? No, I tell them to go to this link online. And then when they spend with this link online, I get some boomerang on some of their dollars. So I'm buying wealth and building wealth simultaneously at all times, guys. And you can do this too. This is why when I'm talking about my financial success membership, broke-minded people say, this jigger just out to get me. Right? But a wealth conscious person will say, this dude knows 1,000,001 ways to build wealth. I might need to go ahead and subscribe to his membership just so I can pick his brain once or twice a week. And that tip that I just gave you, the affiliate marketing tip I just gave you, that's worth $100 right there. That's worth $35 a month right there. So come on, a lot of you gotta start flipping your mindset. You need a coach, you need a mentor. All wealthy people have mentors. All wealthy people have multiple streams of income. All wealthy people have passive income. All wealthy people have residual income. All wealthy people own business systems. So when you partner with me on my financial success membership, you get all of that. You get all of that, $100 to start, $35 a month. and I'm a roll with you, man, until you make all the money you want to make. I don't care if it's $1 billion like me. I don't care if you're just trying to get to 6 figures. Wherever you want to go, I'm gonna help you get there every step of the way. $100 to start, $35 a month, continuous education program, and I'm gonna teach you how to get your money right, man. So Victoria's Secrets was another one. Sony was another one. How much money are we gonna spend with Sony this year? How much money are we gonna spend with Sony this year? On the PS4s, the controllers, Sony online program is a monthly subscription program. Come on, how much money are we going to spend with Sony? If your child owns a PS4 and don't own PS4 stock, don't spend another dime on any PS4 paraphernalia until you get them some Sony stock. $28.61. $28, you can own a piece of Sony, one of the biggest entertainment and companies in the world. Shan said, I know just enough to be dangerous. That is very true. And it's not that I know it, it's that I'm willing to give of it for free that makes it dangerous to the establishment, right? They're like, who is this dude giving up all this free game every freaking morning, right? I want y'all to be blessed, man. And sometimes being blessed is more than sitting back waiting on the blessings to fall from heaven. Sometimes being blessed means you have to get up off your butt and move your cotton picking feet, man. That's how you be blessed, man. I want you to move your feet in the right direction and take the right steps, right? So Sony, we're gonna spend a lot of money. I appreciate that, Cornelius. We're gonna spend a lot of money with Sony. So get your kids some Sony stock. And guess what? When your kids are on their game system and they got their headphones on and they're playing online and they're talking to all of these kids back and forth over the line and say, hey, I appreciate y'all for patronizing my company, right? See, wealthy people can talk trash in a different way, right? Wealthy people can talk trash in a different way. I appreciate you guys patronizing my company, man. Appreciate that. What do you mean? Oh yeah, I own stock in Sony, man. So every time you go buy a new joystick, I'm gonna get a little piece of that. I appreciate that. Right. So Sony, we're gonna spend a lot of money with Sony. $28 for a single share. Guys, get you guys. I got some new people on the line. If you don't have a brokerage account already set up, give me a thumbs up that you're gonna go set up a brokerage account today. I use optionsexpress.com, but you can Schwab, Edward Jones, TD Ameritrade. All of these companies give you the ability to buy stocks and exchange stocks. So if you're gonna open your brokerage account today, don't delay. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to have any money in your bank account to go ahead and get it open. Just get it open. And then once you get it open, then you can connect your bank account. Even if your bank account is zero balance right now, connect your bank account. And then on your next payroll deposit, you can start saying, okay, I'm gonna have $50 a month a pay period go into my brokerage account. And then you can set your brokerage account to say, every time my brokerage account get over $28, I wanted to buy a share of Sony stock. And it'll do that automatically for you. It'll do that automatically for you, guys. Put your money to work for you. We know these companies are going to be around, right? We know this. So why not spend the money on ownership in these companies? And then also get you an affiliate link to these companies, so that when you are shopping with them, you buy through your own affiliate link. They send you a commission, and the money that you're spending overall is going to the company that you own. Thank you. I mean, you guys are welcome for the free game, man. This ain't even free game Fridays, and I'm giving it up to you, right? Another one that I wrote down was Microsoft. Microsoft, Xbox fans. Some people play PlayStation, some people play Xbox, some people have both systems. And some people had both systems since the first one came out. Optionsexpress.com is who I use, Shan. If you scroll up the stream, I think somebody put the website in the stream too. Optionsexpress.com is who I use. Sony, $61.37 at close of market yesterday. Sony, right? So think about this, guys. How much, and I like those companies who have monthly subscriptions. Those companies who have monthly subscriptions, like Sony and their live platform, so kids can play against each other from around the world. That's money that's coming. The companies know how to generate revenue, man. not just around Christmas time. They making money all year long. So Microsoft stock is $61.37. So if you're gonna give your kids the they're on the Xbox One or something like that, give them the Xbox One. I'm not saying don't buy that stuff, because I know how people get around Christmas and spend money on Christmas. Because remember, guys, you're talking to somebody who spent both November and December mortgage on Christmas 2 years in a row, and then had to fight to get my house out of foreclosure. So I know what kind of madness we go through for our kids in Christmas, man, because our kids are deserving kids, man. Most of us got kids who are deserving. So Microsoft, so give them the Xbox One, but also give them a couple share of stock and say, you know what? Now every time somebody else buys an Xbox One, you own a piece of this company. So now it makes sense for them to walk around town with an Xbox t-shirt on, because they're promoting a company that they have ownership in. That's what we're talking about. Starting the conversation. Ownership. I mean, when you give somebody a share of stock, I don't care who they are, how old they are, it starts the conversation. Because usually the first question they're going to ask, because they never seen one before, is what's this? Man, this is a little bit of ownership in Microsoft. Now you are co-owners of Microsoft with Bill Gates. Bill Gates is now your partner. And some kids will take that. And like I said, I follow Dr. Boyce Watkins. It was his grandma buying him bonds when he was a kid, and he's getting these paper certificates. He didn't know what the heck to do with them. He said it looked like a big old $100 bill because the bonds used to look like money, but he knew he couldn't spend it. What's this, grandma? And she started the conversation about ownership and investing. And now the man has a PhD in finance and teaches finance and has umpteen courses and has his own black business school and all of that, man, based on somebody loving him enough to not give him stuff, but to give him ownership. And that conversation began an empire. How many empires are you going to start this Christmas season by giving stock instead of stuff? Right? So Microsoft was another one that I wrote down. Another one I wrote down was Nintendo. My kids are huge Mario fans, right? So we have the PS4, we have the Wii U, right? And we don't have the Xbox One. I think we had the version before the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, right? So, but Nintendo is another one. $30, guys, for a share of Nintendo stock. $30. $30. Now, again, a single share of stock isn't going to make you rich. I'm not telling you guys this to make you rich. I'm telling you guys this to start the conversation, because you never know what's going to start churning in the minds of these children based on this little act of doing something different with your money. Something different with your money. Give them a share of stock for Christmas. So Nintendo, $30.99, right? So when Nintendo releases their new gaming system, which I'm sure they got one working on, and they say, hey, when the new gaming system come out, we're going to buy it, but I want you to encourage all of your friends to buy it too. Why? Because you own a piece of that company now. So now you can wear paraphernalia for these companies, and you're not wearing it in vain. If you don't own any share in Nike stock, you're wearing Nike paraphernalia in vain outside of what you need, right? You need shoes, and if you like Nike shoes, you got Nike running shoes, that's cool. But then you got a Nike t-shirt on, you got a Nike hat on, you got a Nike sweatpants on, you got Nike socks on. You're promoting the hell out of a company that you have no ownership in. But get yourself some stock in Nike, and now all of that makes sense. In fact, it might even become a tax write-off for you. I'm just saying. So Nintendo was another one. Apple stocks are trading at $111 at close of market yesterday. Come on, you iPhone fans, you ones that break your neck to get the upgrade every time that the upgrade comes, and you don't own a share in Nike stock, Apple stock. You're killing me here. You're killing me. You're killing me here. You break your neck, go stand in line for hours to get the new iPhone 18, and you don't own a share of Apple stock? But guess what the people who do own Apple stock are doing? They're jumping for joy when they ride by the Apple store and they see that line out the building and around the corner. They see that line out the building and around the corner. They like, oh yeah, another good quarter. Another fat dividend check on its way. Get you some stock in the companies that you spend your money with. Get you some stock in the companies that you spend your money with. This is the perfect season to do it because, as we discussed earlier, this is the time of year that you are very careless with your money. You don't give a damn who you spending your money with, as long as you're getting that present for them kids. I know I've been there. I've been there. You buying phony products and all that kind of stuff, man, because it's, you know, you're just trying to get something that looks close to like what they want, right? You know, you go to the dude on the corner with the tent set up, and he's got electronics on one side, got apparel in the middle, and he got a barbecue pit going too. Any other time of year, we talking about I need a receipt. I need to be able to exchange this if I don't like it and all that stuff. This time of year, man, how many websites you gonna go on that you know are out of the country? But man, my son wants these Hcortez, and this is the only site that got them in his size. I don't want to put my credit card out here, man, but I'm gonna go ahead and trust this site from India, from Pakistan, from Iraq, from China, right? You kind of, while you're being careless, be careless and spend some of this money on some investments that your kids can use, that you can use, some stock. Apple. Coach. I did two bag companies. I know, ladies, you like the bags, and I don't know if Coach is popular, or I know Hcortez is a little popular, so I did them both. Coach, $38.22. Give your lady a Coach purse with a stock certificate in the purse, and just be right there with her when she opens it, so you're careful that she don't throw the certificate away because she don't know what it is, right? Oh, we got to get to a place where we're starting a conversation. So when she said, babe, what's the certificate about? Is this money off a new purse? No, babe, that's ownership in the company. So go tell all of your girlfriends that you just got a new Coach purse and that they should go get them one too. And when they go out there and get them one, then your value in this company increases. The value of the company increases. That means my stock price increases. That means my ownership is increasing. Hcortez, right? $58.91. Hcortez. Give your lady, give your mom, give your sister a Hcortez purse with a stock certificate inside. It's just an extra $50. If you spending $500 on a purse, spend an extra $50 on a share of stock. Clearly you got it if you spending $500 on a purse. Clearly an extra $50 ain't gonna break you, right? And you present them the purse with the stock certificate inside and say, not only did I give you this great bag that you're gonna have for a few years, I'm giving you ownership in the company that you're gonna be able to pass down for generations to come. Start the conversation, y'all. We gotta start the conversation. Money, wealth, ownership, investments. Start the conversation. A stock is a good way to start the conversation because people are going to be like, what in the world is this? My son should have tons in polo. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Go out there and just do a Google search on Ralph Lauren stock price, and it'll come up for you. And then set up your brokerage account, and then you go ahead. And now, see, I know I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy. Polo down from head to the toe, even a polo towel to wipe my sweat. I used to be that guy. Didn't have stock to first in Ralph Lauren Company. But I'm promoting it hard. And you know how many people went out and bought polo something because they saw me in it. Influence. See, some of our kids are influencers. So when they own stock in certain companies, they're using their influence to get other kids to go spend their money with those companies. So they're building wealth for that company at the same time building wealth for themselves. Right now, they're building wealth for a lot of these companies and they aren't getting anything in return. They don't even get a flipping discount when they go spend in those stores. Then tell your son to get an affiliate account set up to all of the stores that sell polo. So when he's walking around in this polo and people saying, man, where you get that shirt? He don't say, man, go out to Macy's and Frontenac. He said, oh man, this is exclusive. You can only get this on this certain website. I'll shoot you the link. Now they go and click his link, buy the polo from his link. He gets a commission check for them doing that. And they're buying from a company that he owns stock in. So he's getting a boomerang on some of their money and he's helping the company build wealth, which he gets a small piece of. This is how you build wealth in 2016 and beyond. Right? Because companies don't want to spend money on commercials and advertisement. They rather spend money with influencers. Then if he's an influencer and he builds his social media profile up, then companies will call him and say, man, I noticed you got 50,000 Instagram followers. We'll pay you $5,000 if you wear this t-shirt on your next Instagram, your next 10 Instagram post pictures. Because they're using his influence to touch the people that he knows, because he fits their demographic, he fits their psychographic, he fits their sociographic. And if they know if he's got 50,000 followers, a large percentage of his followers are just like him. I'll give you $5,000 to drink this drink on your next Instagram post. And I'll give you a year's supply of the product. Influence, guys. We got to start having different conversations. This is why plugging into my financial success membership, you get all of this stuff from me, man. I give you guys a little bit day to day, because I can't just pour it all out to you in a 1 hour show. I give you a little bit. But if you have my financial success membership and you're not plugged in, you're not calling me 2 or 3 times a week, you're missing out. You're missing out. If you don't have my financial success membership and you're scared to spend $100 and you refuse to commit to $35 a month, you're missing out. You're missing out on practical solutions for building wealth, starting with minimizing your taxes, eliminating your debt, building an emergency fund, then learning how to invest. It's powerful, powerful information, right? So, and those are the last one, this is the one I'm getting for my niece, the last one. $8.37 for Toys R Us stock. Now, Toys R Us been up and down the last couple years, but again, this isn't about me making a boatload of money for my niece. This is about me starting the conversation. So I'm going to give her some toys from Toys R Us, because remember, we're doing Secret Santa. I got a $20 limit. So a $20 limit at $8.37 for Toys R Us stock will allow me to buy her a share of stock and a decent toy. So I give her the toy, then I give her a stock and say, guess what, niece? You know where this toy came from? This toy came from your store. And I give her the share of stock. What do you mean my store? You now own part of Toys R Us. Every time somebody buys something from Toys R Us, you're making money. How does that work? Start the conversation. That's all I'm trying to do. Start the conversation. And that's what this thing is all about, guys. It starts with a conversation. Do you want to build wealth? Yes. What are you willing to do to build it? Who are you willing to become to make that happen? Who are you willing to associate? What new places are you willing to go? What new books are you willing to read? What new things, your people, the people you associate with, the places you go and the books you read determine who you become, right? If you could build wealth in the frame of mind that you have right now, you'd already be wealthy. If you could build wealth in the frame of mind that you have right now, you'd already be wealthy. What am I saying? You simply need to become someone else. That means you need to change the places you go regularly. You need to change the books and the things you read regularly. And you have to change the people you associate with regularly, because that determines who you are. And if who you are is not wealthy and you yearn to be, then you have to become someone else to become wealthy. So you guys got any questions? Let's do 10-minute Q&A and then we're going to get out of here. It is 8 o'clock, so we're already right at an hour. But $8.37 share of Toys R Us stock. So $8 is not a lot of money. Guys, you can, at $8.37, you can buy every child in your house or in your family a share of Toys R Us stock, and you can start that conversation from household to household to household. Right? Children a little bit older, then that's where the Sony stock comes in, $28, because they understand PlayStation. Right? They might not understand anything else that Sony makes everything, headphones and entertainment systems and TVs and all that, but they understand PlayStation. So you have to make it relatable. So I can get them a share of a Sony stock and they can immediately relate to, man, you know how many people have got that PlayStation 4, homie? Now I own a piece of that company. So you know how many people gonna get the PlayStation 5, homie? I'm finna make all money. If that's how you have to relate it to them to start the conversation, then that's what we do. That's what we do. How many teenage girls are trying to get the smell goods and stuff from Victoria's Secret? Get them a share of stock. Start the conversation. Investment, ownership, wealth, money. How the money game is played, how wealthy people behave. Investing and ownership. Start the conversation, y'all, with the babies. With the babies. Try having this conversation with grown folks and see what happens. I do it all the time, man, just to see. Just to see what people, you know, how people are thinking. Some of the dumbest stuff I ever heard. Oh, man, I'm living for the day. I don't even know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. And the person saying that got 13 kids. What do you mean you don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow? You got 13 flipping kids. They going to be here tomorrow if you're not. But that's another show. That's another show. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. All right. So next week, guys, I'm lining up a special guest. You can go follow this guy right now. ERGJ Enterprises. Evan Jefferson, EVAN Jefferson. Send him a friend request. Say the financial health mentor recommended that I send you a friend request. I'm trying to line him up for one day next week, because what he can do for you is help you understand stock analysis, how to follow companies, how to analyze whether a stock is a good buy. I'm not telling you to buy these stocks because I've done the research and I know they're trending up and all that. I don't know all that stuff. What I'm saying is, just buy them to start the conversation. That's what this is about. This isn't about, hey, I want you to build this killer stock portfolio that's going to take you to another level. Nope. I just want you to give your child something different for Christmas this year that's going to start a conversation that just might change their life. Just might change their life. Right? Questions. Anybody got questions before we get out of here? So ERGJ, Evan Jefferson, send him a message and say, hey, Financial Health Mentor said, check you out. He was talking about stocks on his show. Said you're going to be a guest. I just wanted to know what kind of programs you have. I want to follow you. If there's, when, you know, get his website and all that kind of stuff. He's really good at teaching how to build a stock portfolio, how to invest, how to break down company analysis, how to look at the different reports on all of these different money sites and all this kind of stuff. So he's really good at that. I'm trying to lock him in for one day next week so we can have this conversation again, but from an expert's an opinion. I'm not an expert in stock. I'm just, you know, I'm just someone who builds wealth a variety of ways. And I know that in order to build wealth, you have to be diversified, not in a single asset class, but you have to be diversified across many asset classes. Paper assets is one asset class. Don't sit down with a financial planner and have them tell you, yeah, we're going to diversify your money, so give me all of your money. And you put all of your money in the stock market. That's not diversification. I got $50,000. I might have 25,000 in the markets. I might have another 12,000 as a down payment on a multi-unit apartment complex. I might have another $2,000 or $3,000 in precious metals. I might be investing another 8,000 in building a business or market research, advertising, promoting my business or whatever. So I'm invested across asset classes because the entire stock market can crash. We've seen that happen several times. So you can lose money as all of your money, if all of your money is in that one basket. But if the entire stock market crashes and that 25,000 dips down to 10, guess what? I got another 2,000 over here. I got another 3,000 over here. I got 4,000 invested in real estate. So all of these markets ain't gonna crash at the same time. So different asset classes is important. That's why you have to get your knowledge up at a very basic level on a variety of asset classes, not just paper assets. No questions? No questions. We got until 8:10 and then we'll wrap up. Guys, keep in mind, if you want to go get the archive shows, Blog Talk Radio, Financial Health Mentor on Blog Talk Radio, you can download the podcast, which is the recording PDF of the, not the PDF, the recording MP3 file of this show. It'll be up later today. And if you want to listen to it from the beginning, you can take it with you, drop it into your playlist in your favorite device or whatever. But I'm doing that for that reason. So if you ever want to listen to a show again, you don't have to come back and find it in my Facebook stream. You don't have to go look through all the videos on YouTube. You can go right to Blog Talk Radio and you can download the actual MP3 podcast file, and you can take any of my shows with you. You can even build a library if you want. But that's what I want most people to know, that this stuff is going to be available for a long time. And as I continue to grow and learn, I'm going to continue to express that new knowledge and that growth to you guys so that you can continue to grow and learn right along with me. And as I said at the beginning of every show, you can stand on the sidelines, cheer with me or cheer against me as I'm making my way to this $1 billion, or you can get in the game with me and start playing the game with me and see if I can't help you become a mega millionaire on my way to $1 billion. My financial success membership is probably the most reasonable membership that you can get, where you get a full-time mentor every day. You can call me if you need to, right? $100 to start, $35 a month to maintain your membership. Guys, that's popcorn and peanut money. Right? I got 5 sons, man. We couldn't even go see a movie for $100. Not all of us together. So I need to buy stock in beauty supply stores, hair weaves. Yeah. That's where people are spending their money. But again, think about some of these Sonys and these Microsofts and Victoria's Secrets and these companies for this particular time of year. You know for a fact that's where the money is going. You know for a fact the money is going to the hair weaves and the beauty supply stores all year long. But you know at this time of year, you know for a fact that gaming systems, GameStop is another place, another company. I didn't look their stock price up, but GameStop, go get you some stock in GameStop, because where are they buying the PlayStations from? They're buying them from GameStop. Where are they buying all of the games for the PlayStation 4 from? They're buying all of that stuff from GameStop. So just start thinking about where we spend our money collectively as a people. And you say, you know what? If I can't get these people to buy black, then I'm going to own shares of all of the companies that they're spending, giving all of their money to. Right? Once you think about this as a stat, black people as a whole have more money in HSBC Bank than they do in all the black-owned banks combined, right? Black people have more money in HSBC Bank than they have in all the black-owned banks combined. Now, some of you guys are saying that's nothing new. I'm not surprised, but you don't understand what HSBC stands for. HSBC stands for Hong Kong Singapore Bank Corp. So we have more money in an Asian banking system than we have in all of our black-owned banks combined. And I say that to say this: if we're not going to put our money in our black banks, then maybe I need to start buying a lot of stock in HSBC Bank, because that's where all our money is going. If we're not going to spend money with each other, then maybe I have to look at all of these other corporations and these other cultures that we're spending money on. I have to own stock in those companies in order to get the black dollar. So we got to start thinking outside the box, man, if we're going to really build. Yeah, Hong Kong, Singapore banker, HSBC Bank Corp is a Hong Kong bank, right? It's an Asian bank, and we got more money in their banking system than we have in all 20 of our black-owned banks combined. And I don't talk a lot about this kind of stuff, guys, because I'm the solution guy. See, I'm the solution guy. We got Dr. Umar, we got Dr. Boyce Watkins, we got a lot of these guys out here talking about the problems all the time. I'm the solutions guy. I want to be the guy who says, okay, without us even realizing what's happening, I'm getting us involved in the solution without even telling you it's the solution to fix a greater problem. I'm just telling you to get your own money right. Because what happens when you get your own money right? We're the type of people that when we get our own money right, we don't have a problem helping our neighbor get his money right. Problem is the community is burning down and we see that, but my damn house is on fire. So I can't do nothing about the community fire until I first put my fire out in my house. So that's my goal. Let me help 10,000 families get the fire put out in their houses. And guess what those 10,000 families going to do when the fire is put out in their house? They're going to go help another 5 families each put the fire out in their house. And that's going to be 50,000 households with no fire, 50,000 people coming together to put the fire out in the community. Now we could do some damage. See, I'm the solutions guy. I want to talk about the solutions, but I can't tell you what problem we're solving, because then you might have a problem with fixing the problems in the black community. So I just tell you what the solutions are and just help you along that road. And then once the problems are starting to get solved, then we can talk about, oh, well, my mission all along was to do X, Y, and Z. But if I had told you the mission on the front end, you might not have signed up for the class. Because that's what's happening to us now. See, they can't tell us what the mission is because we wouldn't participate. But they got us all participating in things that are destroying us because we don't know what the end game is. So we have to flip the script on our own people, man. I have to play mind games on our own people to get us in position to fix our own communities. And I'm willing to do that, man, because I love y'all so much. But I want to bring the solutions. We all know what the problems are. You know, my wife and I have been binging on Good Times, right? And this is my last story and we'll get out of here. To sleep, right? So I probably get about 20 minutes of TV in before I go to sleep. And we don't pay for cable, so we stream TV with the Fire Stick. So we're checking out Good Times. But Good Times aired in 1974. Talk about knowing what the problems is. The song, the Good Times theme song talks about easy credit ripoffs in 1974. There was easy credit ripoffs in 1974. And today, nothing's changed. Because all we tend to do is talk about the doggone problem. Nobody's offering any solutions. So I'm more solutions oriented. So that's why I talk and teach the way that I do. And it's not that I don't have a keen understanding of the issues that we're facing. I know white supremacy and racism is real. Right? But sometimes you focus on that stuff so much that you scare people from taking action, and little baby step actions by millions of people can cause a tidal wave. But sometimes when you're pointing out the problems and you're making the problem so big that people think that my little action won't do anything towards solving the problem. So I break the problems down to little smaller bite-sized pieces so you can see that, hey, if I take steps 1, 2, and 3, then I can eat up this problem. But if the problem is an elephant, and I keep saying that you have to eat this elephant, you're saying that's too much meat for me to eat. Well, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I try to do things just a little bit differently, but please know that this is a serious effort to rebuild our communities. I just do it a little bit differently. So with that, I'm gonna go close out. We're an hour and 15 minutes. I'm your man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. Guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already liked the All Amateur Sports Network fan page, please do so. You can check out our website if you like youth basketball. That's what I'm covering right now. I got some good games up on the website, the YouTube channel, All Amateur Sports Network, Twitter and Instagram, AA Sports Network. That is my intro into the digital media world. Some of you guys may know that you asked, how do I intend to make $1 billion? I'm focusing on 4 industries. I'm focusing on real estate. I'm focusing on media. I'm focusing on education as one of my businesses, and then technology is another sector that I'm focusing on. So this is my venture into media, which is my digital media company, All Amateur Sports Network, where we just cover youth sports in the local area, and we're going to build this. This is going to be the foundation of my media empire. So then, you know, real estate empire is going to get going 2017. Precious metals, gold. Guys want to buy kids gold for Christmas? We'll talk about that next week. Simple program that I have that you can actually buy gold by the gram. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But that's, you have to start looking at what it is that you're going to do, how you're going to do it, to what vehicles you're going to need to get you to your goal. If I'm going to be a billionaire, I look at billionaires. How many billionaires are created through media? How many billionaires are created through real estate? How many billionaires are created through technology? So I said, wow, if I get a stronghold in those 3 areas, then I'll be a billionaire too. So I'm your main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, Free Game Friday. Bring your questions. I want you guys to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.